You never want to just flame one team without acknowledging that the other team had to take advantage of it. So good on you, Oilers. Second of all, no one played well last night for the Canes, right? Nobody. At one point in time, I was in my effort to stay awake and watch that game, I just had the box score up in front of me, and I was just trying to analyze. And I noticed that every defenseman had been on the ice for a goal allowed, except for Orlov and Chatfield. And I was going like, all right, maybe they can be the bright spot. Then the next goal was scored, and as they played the replay, you just see Chatfield shooting across the screen, chasing him down. I'm like, all right, never mind. That's gone. Cross that one off.
Nix that.
Yeah, backspace. That's what you're dealing with. And honestly, the highlight of the game, if there was a bright spot, it was Rod Brind'Amour's in-game interview in the middle of the second period. In case you missed it, it was a doozy.
We're on the way to losing 50-0 right now. I've never seen our team play this brutal. So at this point, I don't really. I'm lost for words, to be quite honest. We weren't ready to start, which was clear, and now we're just kind of doing things not the way we do it, and this is what you get. So at this point, we're probably turning the page.
We're gonna play that again for you one time. Focus on the pause right before brutal. I've never seen our team play so brutal. I've never heard somebody censor themselves so obviously. He might as well have said the word bleep. He was thinking of a word that he can't say on television, and then the next sentence, he kind of stammered through it. That was him again, just running through the thesaurus in his brain of can't say that word, can't say that word, can't say that word. Just listen to the pause before brutal and then the stammering.
We're on the way to losing 50-0 right now. I've never seen our team play this brutal. So at this point, I don't really. I'm lost for words, to be quite honest. We weren't ready to start, which was clear, and now we're just kind of doing things not the way we do it, and this is what you get. So at this point, we're probably turning the page.
Oh, it's too good. It's too good. Like, the first 9 words he wanted to go do on a few of those were all words he couldn't say. So it's not going to do it. It's too good. There's the goalie issue. Both of them got a shot at it last night. Pyotr Kochetkov didn't last more than a blink. Barely got warmed up. And then Raanta had bright moments, but also obviously contributed to allowing a bunch of goals.
I mean, it was over at that point. Let's be real. By the time he actually made a couple nice saves, like, it's already 4-0.
Well, he was only involved in one of those 4, right?
Yeah, but then there's still 5 and 6.
That's what I'm saying. He had his bright spots. He wasn't a bright spot. He had his bright spots. But it goes back to what I was saying earlier this week, may have been last week. On the road, I'm looking for the stars. On the road, I need your stars to snap everyone out of it. Yes. Did it feel like it was 100-0 after the first 2 minutes? Yes. What was it actually? It was 2-0 after the first 45 seconds. That's bad, but the good news about allowing 2 goals that quickly is you got a long time to make it up, right? If you turn it around, you have a long time. You need your stars to snap your team out of it. The Canes have 83 shots on goal in their last 2 games. They have 2 goals. 83 shots, 2 goals. Your stars have to find the back of the net, and this isn't just me saying it. Again, Rod Brind'Amour post-game, he called out the top guys.
No. I mean, it was just a bad game from start to finish. And we didn't have anything going. So, you get in a hole like that right off the bat, that certainly is not how you want to start the game. And I don't know, I haven't seen a game like that out of us, so I'm kind of a little bit lost for words. It's not very not acceptable, that's for sure. And our top guys especially, got to show up a little more. You definitely see their top guys out there, so we got to be better.
Top guys. I love when a coach talks to either a person or a specific set of people and is too respectful to say their name, but everybody knows who they're talking about.
And it's not just the top guys. When we talk about goal scoring, think about the very first goal. That was Jacob Slavin getting beat to the puck behind the net.
And I felt Slavin pressing a little bit from that point forward. It felt like he was maybe a little rattled by that. But I'd say Sebastian Aho, Andrei Svechnikov.
Him too.
I was gonna mix his first name and his last name. Sandre is where I was going with that. Andrei Svechnikov and Jacob Slavin. That's where I think it is. Those three guys. When he says top guys, he's not going to embarrass them publicly, but everybody knows who he's talking about. They need to be the guys that carry you when you're on the road, especially when an environment like Edmonton gets a little riled up. You're paying Aho 8 years on the extension, which signed this offseason, $9.75 million per year. Svech, $7.75 million per year through 2029. When things go bad, you have to bail them out on the road. At home, maybe the crowd can get involved and they can give somebody the juice, a role player to turn some things. On the road, when Edmonton's crowd is getting riled up because they scored 2 goals in the blink of an eye, the top guys have to show up. I've said it before. In sports, role players don't travel nearly as well as the stars. You look at a 7-game series, the game's at home. All right, that's where everybody contributes. The game's on the road, that's where you have to lean on your stars. Your top guys, as Rod called them. And they didn't show up. I mean, he also threw out their top guys were, right? Their top guys were making plays. Like, hey, if McDavid's on the other side, Aho, maybe it's unrealistic to expect you to be better. You got to be in the same ballpark. That's why you are signed to the contract you are signed to. That's why you walk around. There's number 20 jerseys everywhere. That's why. Same thing with Svech. Right? The reason there was leeway early in the season when Svech was coming back from the injury was because, hey, Svech isn't back. Hey, Svech isn't back. He's going to be back. He's going to be back. He's this good. He's that great. He's awesome. I think both of them are still mentally being a little maybe a little cautious. They dealt with injuries early in the year. Obviously, Svech coming off a much more serious injury. It just doesn't feel like they are all the way pedal to the floor. They need to be the guys that carry you on the road. Last night was a perfect example. Were you going to win that game after the first 45 seconds? Probably not. Could you make it respectable? Could you dig your heels in and do something about it? Yeah, I think you could do that. Right? Could you have built some momentum going in? You still got 3 games in Canada on this road trip coming up here. They're not easy.
You got to play tonight against Calgary.
You got to play tonight against Calgary, Vancouver. Like, this is not an easy run for you. You could have used the third period to build momentum. Stahl got a goal. I don't know. That's kind of empty calories, right?
Yeah. Assist by Slavin. There you go.
Hey, get off the schneid. That's what you wanted the top dogs to do, right? Build that momentum for the next game and not make that such a brutal watch.